descend soft and low, with careful steps and patient hands, where only few would go. Through wind and tide and shifting ground, she searched that quiet strand for secrets buried deep in time beneath that Dorset land. On hands and knees through clay and stones, where others pass on by, she's found the smallest fragments there that many would deny. A tooth so small, a piece so fine, from creatures long since gone. While others chase the bigger finds, she quietly carried on. Oh, Heather of the shoreline, clay knows more than most will see. For every grain beneath her hands holds ancient history. From fragments small to skies once filled with wings above the sands, she's pieced together hidden worlds with patient, steady hands.
So this is Smallmouth Sands, and it is incredibly rich in small fossils, particularly teeth of crocodile and shark and fish, as well as reptiles, ichthyosaur, pliosaur, and you've also got pterosaur as well, which is really important at this site. Despite the fact that there is a lot of sea defence that protects these cliffs, the wave action, the rain still washes down these remains and creates these little bays, and these bays are where we're looking today. The best place to look is down here in the very fine shingle, particularly on a nice spring's day.
Smallmouth Sands exposes part of the Jurassic Lower Kimmeridge Clay formation, deposited around 155 to 150 million years ago within a relatively deep, quiet marine environment. At the time, this area lay beneath a shallow sea where fine muds settled slowly on the seabed, preserving a rich mixture of marine life and occasional material washed in from land. The beds are generally gently dipping, and the coastline is divided into a series of small bays, each exposing slightly different levels within the sequence. Variations in erosion and sediment type between these bays influence where fossils accumulate.
Smallmouth Sands is a GCR conservation site and an SSSI. Research is currently being carried out at this location, so it is vital that any collecting is done sensitively. We also ask that any important finds are documented. You can do this by contacting us, and we will forward the details to those currently researching the site.
So you notice there's a lot of oyster shells down here. And this is the first bay at Smallmouth, and these are called deltoideums. There's some broken ones, or you can get some complete ones. I just found a tooth. Get the clay off. Shark's tooth. can find a lot of teeth in these bays as well. Our past visits, I found quite a few teeth. Crocodile teeth, ichthyosaur teeth.
Down here there's a lovely little gastropod.
I just found this back there behind me. The small raised bumps on the fossil lobster's shell are called tubercles, and they weren't just decorative. They acted like natural armour, helping protect the animal from predators by strengthening the shell and making it harder to crush or grip. They also added structural support without adding much weight, and in life may have supported tiny sensory hairs, something we still see in modern spiny lobsters today, where similar patterns serve the same protective and strengthening role.
So it is really quite remarkable here, the fact that you've got these what looks like overgrown Kimmeridge clay cliffs protected by this hard sea defence. You just wouldn't have thought that so many fossils can be found here. And what's really nice is there's something for everyone. You know, you're always going to find something here. They're so small, yes, but they are beautiful. And the teeth, you know, the teeth are just absolutely fantastic. You know, the preservation on them is really nice. Very occasionally you do get pterosaur teeth here, and they can be quite large, and as I say, you can get other bigger bones too, but the small stuff, this is a very, very special site. It's quite unique, really. Just going to go on an adventure. I do like exploring. So I'm just going to go up here. There's some more sections here where the sea is now retreated enough to just have a quick look, see if there's anything big showing. So I'm just gonna check this way. So there's rocks there, very slippery. Yeah. Just having a quick look along here. So I'm now walking along the next section. The tide is going out. I've left Ali looking again at the small stuff just while I venture back up this way. Just see if there's any big stuff washed in by the sea. You actually get a lot of pterosaur as well here. So ichthyosaur, pterosaur, they're probably the two most common larger bones that can be found. Obviously mostly verts, because there's just so many of them on the animal, they're just so common. But you know, you can find other bones as well. They're mostly a sort of a browny colour from this area.
There is a large dome of Lower Kimmeridge Clay situated just offshore in Portland Harbour and within the clay platform. This is gradually washing out and bringing vertebrate remains into Smallmouth Sands. Vertebrae are often found washed up in front of these rock defences. Ichthyosaur, plesiosaur and pliosaur can all be found.
It's actually nice to go to a location sometimes with no tools needed. You know, you don't need to rely on the fact you have to bring your heavy hammers and your chisels and all your other tools. It's just nice sometimes just to use your eyes, look, and just scout around. Really nice day though. Really nice day at the moment. Another person looking up that way, so I'll head back this way. You do get a lot of collectors here, so we'll just head back along. Kimmeridge clay here can be very sinky, especially after heavy rain, so make sure you bring sensible footwear, or if you're like me, just bring waterproof shoes.
The tooth.
That's a croc tooth, that was just missing its tip. But yeah, that's good. Goodness.
Quite a lot here. Well, you're not going to believe this. Oh, and I found another bit of spine right next to the vertebra.
My word, and a vertebra spine. Oh, that's nice.
Fish vertebra.
How come you'll find more?
I got the eyes.
Worm tube.
Right next to it, look. It's a vertebrate.
Ah, yeah, fish vertebrate, yeah.
Doing quite well at that.
Yeah.
It is worth mentioning that although we didn't find any during our visit today, that turtle remains are generally quite rare in the Kimmeridge Clay, but oddly at Smallmouth Sands they become much more common, with a variety of shell and limb bones being found. Most of these remains are fragmentary and difficult to identify precisely down to species level.
A gastropod. Ah, another shark's tooth.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Better than the first one, actually.
Nice little specimen.
Yeah. So I've got a magnifying glass here and I'm just going to take a closer look at the few specimens I've just picked up. Wow, the detail on that's amazing. It is a case of hands and knees job here. Requires a lot of patience to look through. On a day like today with the glorious sunshine, you could literally spend all day here. It's so therapeutic.
Can you see it? There it is. It's here. Look at that. That's amazing. Just gonna zoom in. Look at that. Beautiful tooth there. Really nice.
There are two different types of crocodile at Smallmouth Sands. On the left, a teleosaurid, which had a more traditional crocodile-like body with heavy armour and long, slender teeth for catching fish. On the right is a meteorrhynchide, a fully marine form with smooth skin, flipper-like limbs and chunkier teeth built for stronger bites and a more powerful swimming lifestyle.
You can see lots of worm tubes here, just in the shingle. There's another one there. Let's see if you can see it. We'll run the camera across like this. And have you seen it yet? Hypodont shark. Can you see it? Going to point it out now. It's here, look. You see that? Here it is. Just gonna get the angle. So it's only a fragment. You can see it there. Look.
Asterocanthus is a Jurassic shark with very distinctive teeth that look almost spiky compared to most sharks. That tall central point, surrounded by rows of smaller cusps, wasn't designed for slicing flesh, but for gripping prey and then crushing it with powerful jaws. This made it a specialist in feeding on hard-shelled animals like ammonites, bivalves and other tough marine life, perfectly adapted to the shallow seas it lived in during the Jurassic.
Sometimes you can find some teeth hidden under the seaweed here. If you're very careful, lift it up, you can actually find some teeth. Maybe the odd crab. Oh, look. There we go, there's a fine example. So I've just moved some of this seaweed out of the way. Down here we have what looks to be a crop tooth.
Just spotted down here, very, very tiny vertebrate. You can see it. Tiny, tiny, tiny.
Have a look at this. I just picked it up and saw this bit. I thought maybe that's a bit of bone. Placed it in my palm of my hand.
That's a piece of fish jaw.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoy fossil hunting, like and subscribe to our channel for regular videos on where to collect, hints, tips and location updates. UK Fossils always collects responsibly and is proud to have created the Fossil Code, which helps educate others. We encourage you to read the Code of Conduct and guidelines on our website before going fossil hunting yourself. Safe and sensible collecting is always paramount. The information provided in our videos is for general guidance only. While we aim to ensure accuracy, UK Fossils cannot accept responsibility for any errors, omissions or actions taken based on this content. It is your responsibility to check local regulations and land access permissions before collecting.